Hello, this is Bree. Welcome to my home. Today I'm going to show you a 1 week grocery haul. This grocery haul doesn't include any kind of groceries that I would buy to fill my pantry. This is pretty much what we're going to eat this week, minus a few things that will last longer than 1 week. I will tell you what meals I'm making, what snacks we're having, and I will break the cost down for you. Hope you enjoy this video. I will say the cost this week was a little bit higher because I'm having people over for dinner today, and I feel like we're having what I would consider an expensive meal because I had to buy pretty much every component to it. Not every, but most. So typically, if we were having somebody over, I would just pretty much make from what we already have. Try not to spend too much money, but I wanted to do something special because we have our fire pit and we haven't really used it yet. So we're having hot dogs and buns, you know, and marshmallows and coleslaw and mac and cheese and french fries, frozen french fries that I bought. So that's what's making this grocery haul a little bit more expensive than usual. But it's worth it this week in order to have this fun little evening with the kids and some of our friends. Okay, so I'll start down here with kind of our treat stuff. We are kind of obsessed with sparkling water. Anyone that's friends with us in real life knows that we love it. And there is a brand I prefer called Waterloo because it's a lot cleaner ingredients, but they don't sell that at Aldi. And today was definitely an Aldi trip. So I got the Aldi brand and I guess the one LaCroix. And then these will be our snacks this week to go with the kids' lunches whenever they are at various homeschool outings. I thought I would try these. I know that the kids love these. And then cheese crackers. Are your kids obsessed with saltines? My kids are obsessed with saltines. And then graham crackers for snacks. These are actually for me. Oh, here's some more peanut butter. Something I get from Aldi are these packs of beef jerky. Those are so helpful to me because I often forget to eat and I suddenly feel hangry and overwhelmed and like I can't get anything done, and I will grab a handful of that beef jerky, and I will feel so much better. And then I'll figure out, hey, you need to eat something for real, not just beef jerky. But that beef jerky I just keep around for me, and the kids know it. They do ask for it sometimes, but it's so incredibly expensive. It really, for our family, can't be a kid snack unless we make it ourselves, which we do often. I had a kid request some peanuts. I get the unsalted ones from Aldi because if you've ever noticed, the salted ones have lots of extra ingredients. I mean, not that this is any better, but you know, you pick and choose, you do what you can. So anyway, my kids like the unsalted just fine, and so the only ingredient is peanuts. Whereas with the salted ones, it's not peanuts and salt, it's peanuts and salt and on and on and on. We are gonna have burritos this week, or tacos, and so I got some salsa. Now this is all the stuff, most of the stuff I bought for tonight. We got hot dogs, we needed mustard, we bought buns, which is a special thing. I almost never buy buns. Marshmallows, and frozen fries. The kids are gonna be excited when they see buns. I really will almost never buy them because I don't like the quality. I'd rather make them myself, but then I'm often too tired, so we just don't eat hot dogs with buns 95% of the time. Okay, I got some croissants to throw in the kids' lunches for their homeschool co-op. 1 loaf of bread. My kids don't love this bread. They prefer a different brand from a different store, so I only got 1 loaf. Usually I would buy about 4 loaves. Instead, I got the croissants. We have romaine because we're gonna have burritos. We have cabbage because I'm gonna make egg roll in a bowl, which is also what the carrots are for. The lime here is for our tacos or burritos that we're gonna have. Oranges for snacks. These peppers are for, thankfully Aldi had organic peppers today. Probably honestly should have bought 3 packs of those because my kids eat peppers like crazy just for snacks. So maybe even 4 packs would have been good. But we are gonna have sausage and peppers and onions with rice this week for one of our dinners. then I just have extra carrots because that's just something I like to keep on hand, and my kids snack on them like crazy. The babies have been really into berries lately, so I got 3 different kinds because they had all good organic berries at Aldi today. Another huge snack in our family is cucumbers, so I like to keep those around. I got 3.5 gallons of milk. We usually drink 4 gallons, but I had some in the fridge, and also this fridge doesn't really hold that much, so I have to be really careful how much I purchase. 2 containers of half and half for my coffee. 1 container of sour cream. 1 container of sour cream is for the tacos, but I also have another container of sour cream in there that I will use to make a veggie dip for dipping for snacks for the week, or having fresh veggies with lunches. So I just try to keep that available to the kids because it really encourages them to eat raw veggies. I got 2 packs of organic ham for some of my lunches and the girls' lunches. They like ham sandwiches when they are away at different homeschool activities. Instead of just making like a big casserole or something like that for lunch, we're eating like sandwiches or whatever. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say is, even though it's only 2 days a week, I still have to buy quite a bit of like the sliced cheese and the sliced ham and all that stuff. And yes, I could send them with containers of leftovers and things like that, but to be honest, they don't want that. They want a fun sandwich and a fun snack and a treat and, you know, a cute water bottle. So you know what? It's fine. We just do that. I am making homemade mac and cheese today for the dinner we're having. So I bought some shredded cheese. And then this is another thing I buy for myself, is this snacking cheese. Once again, I just totally forget to eat constantly, and that's really not healthy. But if I can grab some cheese or some beef jerky, it'll get me to a place where I feel sane enough to actually make myself a real meal. And then of course I buy the string cheese for the kids. And you know, each week I try to find something fun to put in the kids' lunches. And this week it was these Knoppers from Aldi. They're like chocolate hazelnut wafer cookies. A lot of times it's like the Aldi organic fruit snacks, but I don't like keeping those in my pantry because I find that, you know, we don't eat through them in one lunch, and then what happens is the kids get into them and they're eating that stuff all the time. So I really like it when the special treat or the special snack I'm putting in their lunch can all be used up in one day, so that I'm not fighting off the kids from the pantry all the time. Okay, so this is components to a week of, well, not breakfast. Breakfast I have in my freezer, but it's a week of lunches and dinners. I didn't have to buy any breakfast foods because I have plenty of that on hand. I have oats, I have lots of freezer meals, I have some cereal, I have some grits, I have biscuits frozen. So this is just lunch and dinners for the week. Now, once again, this doesn't include anything to bulk up my pantry. And the reason for that is a couple things. One, I'm putting a lot of extra money into my garden right now, which is food. So I don't have money really to bulk up my pantry, which is fine because 2, I'm really not organized enough right now for more dry goods to go into my pantry situation. My pantry is stocked full right now. And I need to clean out my garage, put up some shelving and get organized, and then I can keep adding to my pantry. Typically, every grocery shopping trip, I buy at least one thing to add to my pantry, even if it's just 5 cans of beans or something, or 5 bags of beans, or some extra rice. Though typically I buy rice bulk, but I haven't put in a bulk order in a long time. The total for all of this was like $175, which I actually feel like is pretty good for a week of meals for 8 people. And that included, a 6-pack of beer that I didn't show you, which is also for our friends coming over tonight. And then, and that was pretty expensive. That was like $12. And then also all of this food that I would never usually buy, like these big bags of frozen fries and buns and hot dogs and marshmallows. Are you excited about the marshmallows? No, you cannot have one. That's for tonight. Okay, the meals that we're having this week. So tonight is hot dogs and mac and cheese and coleslaw and french fries. And then tomorrow night we will go to church and there's potluck. So I will bring something probably out of my freezer meals for that. And then the next night, so I don't actually usually give things a certain night. I just have a list of the things we're going to eat. And then I decide that day for what works best. So we will have egg roll in a bowl, which is just cabbage and sausage and onions, and then carrots, and then some spices and stuff to make it extra yummy. I'll make a whole bunch of that to fill bellies, and then maybe some bread on the side or rice. Another day we'll have peppers and sausage and onions over rice. And then, oh, we're gonna have either tacos or burritos this week. And then I am sure I will have to throw a freezer meal in there somewhere that's already put up. So that's why I only have that many meals, is because I already know that there will be a night I'm exhausted and want to use a freezer meal. That might be the night of the potluck though. Otherwise, for the potluck, I will probably bring a big salad and a bunch of roasted potatoes. That's honestly, I'm breaking some of my own rules as far as like saving money at the grocery store, which is to not buy snacks. But in the season I'm in right now, I have to have them, especially for all of these homeschool activities that we do. And also just because I'm really tired all the time. So it really helps me to be able to say, you know, just grab a snack. Though really all the packaged ones are for specific things. When they're home, they can grab apples, cheese, carrots, celery, things like that. The other tip that I want to share that I really try to hold myself to is to only buy what we're going to eat, unless it's going into my working pantry or my long-term storage. Only buy what we're going to eat, and especially with fresh stuff. That's why you may not think I have a ton of fruits or veggies, but I already have apples and bananas, and we aren't going to eat more than that in 1 week. And then it starts to go bad, especially like lettuces and berries. Obviously the cabbage and carrots and things will hold on for a while, but the cucumbers, which are so expensive, and the peppers, which, you know, Jess at Three Rivers loves to call money plant because she's right. I try not to buy more of those than we will eat in just a few days or a week, because otherwise I forget they're in there, they go bad, they don't get used, and I've just wasted a lot of money. Grocery shopping this way is actually kind of new to me. I had to start relearning how to grocery shop back in the spring. Because before that, for years and years, we had grown so much of our own food and also bought a lot of bulk things. Even our snacks, like crackers and things, I would buy bulk from Azure Standard, so we would just have those on hand. I so rarely had to shop at the grocery store. So what I've had to learn is, one, groceries just cost money. They're expensive. Two is to give myself a break on certain things, because if I don't have easy snacks available or easy meals available, I will end up spending more money, because we'll end up stopping to get food instead of just grabbing a bag of snacks while we run out the door to wherever we're going. So I've actually learned that even though snacks are the most expensive thing at the store, having some on hand is actually super valuable. And granted, those could be homemade, which I've done plenty of that in my life, but I'm not in that season right now. A couple of more tips would be to look in your fridge and your pantry before you go grocery shopping, before you make your list. That way you're not just going willy-nilly with no idea of how many jars of salsa you have. And then you get home and then you have way more than you wanted, or how many bags of carrots, really, you know, things like that. That way you are not spending money unnecessarily. And then that goes right along with my next tip, which is to meal plan from what you already have. And that doesn't mean you can't buy some nice things to have a different kind of meal or to try something new. Obviously, I'm doing that tonight. I spent quite a bit tonight on things that were unnecessary. But I did it as a fun thing for my kids, and it's gonna be great, and it's worth it. But try to mostly meal plan from what you already have. This isn't a legalistic thing. This is just creating habits that reduce the amount you're gonna spend at the grocery store. Another tip I have is that I put the vegetables that I am likely to forget about, or the items that I'm likely to forget about, at eye level in my refrigerator, like green beans. I buy green beans often, and I will admit, I often forget that they're in there if they're in the vegetable drawer, and then they won't ever get made, and then they will go bad in the refrigerator. And organic green beans are very expensive, so I got tired of doing that, and I keep them at eye level. Let me show you. Right here. I also keep Brussels sprouts at eye level. So I try to put things that I know my kids want to eat, I want to feed them, but I will forget about in a spot, whoops, in a spot where I will not forget about it. So there's no secret that is going to take your grocery bill down to nothing. Groceries are expensive. Processed food is expensive. The most affordable option is to grow your own food, but honestly that doesn't become affordable until the infrastructure is already in and you already know what you're doing. So food costs money, and we just need to be prepared for that and do a few things so that we're not wasting, we're using what we have, and we're just making the choices that best suit our families. I hope those few tips will help you today as you're deciding how to grocery shop, and I look forward to showing you more in the future when it includes more of my working pantry and long-term storage as well. But remember, if you just buy 2 extra jars of tomato sauce, 5 extra cans of beans, an extra bag of rice, all of those things can go into your working pantry. And because I've started building my working pantry back up after honestly using it all and eating every bit of it last year, and my long-term storage using it and eating every bit of it, I'm starting to build that back up, so I'm not having to buy as many groceries. So I hope this helps, hope that encourages you, and I hope to see you in the next video.